You guys are starting the day with 11 hours past, which means you guys have 5 more hours in your day. Most recently, you guys have just finished up with your component gathering. You have received some number of days of worth, which is the currency in the prison, through unintended means. Somebody has handed you these days for some reason or another, and nobody asked any questions. You've paid Raku a day of worth to craft Ermis's items, which I've given you the cards and stats for now. With that, you guys have 33 days of worth left and 5 hours left in your day today. Dr. Gabe has went ahead and whipped up some pasta for you guys, and each one is garnished with a single peppermint, which seems to be at the hands of somebody. And as you guys know, you do not get to decide the effects of this. In fact, our viewership does. So chat, for the people who are watching right now, the effects that were chosen after consuming the pasta for the rest of the session, whenever they fail a test, they will take 1d10 damage to SHP. This was for rolling a 30.
Do we notice anything from the pasta?
No. It tastes kind of like water.
Well, this book, and I gesture to the Tome of Ritual, is fascinating. Unfortunately, it's also really heavy. Is there anyone else that would maybe be able to carry this unless I need it for something?
Right.
It's useful to us. It will be useful to you guys, I'm sure, but I can't carry it easily.
Oh, you want me to carry your book for you?
If you use that tone with me again, I will freeze you to the table.
I just tilt my head.
I hand the book to you, but as I hand it, I kind of like shoot just like a little bit of chill damage through the book just to kind of like zap you in warning.
Okay.
I'm a little disappointed in this pasta. I was hoping it would be more, I don't know, more oomphy, if you understand what I mean. Oh well. At least this kind stranger left us some candy.
Do you want to make an engineering test to try to figure out what's going on with the pasta?
I rolled a 24.
Cool. Unfortunately, none of you are able to immediately diagnose what's wrong with the pasta. Is anybody else rolling?
Yeah, I got an 8.
Nah.
Okay. Upon your immense failure of diagnostic, you feel a little bit queasy. You guys will each take 9 damage directly to SHP because you failed a test.
What? Huh?
Doc, the
Okay.
fuck did you do to our
There
food?
goes all my temporary health points.
I'm
For
gonna have
reasons
just
I don't think I'm hungry anymore.
Yeah,
one eye
Doc.
twitching.
Yeah, me neither.
Doc, you look like you're about to hurl.
I'll be fine. And then I start sucking on the peppermint.
All right, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
66 on the D100.
No more pasta.
66? The peppermint tastes like minty water.
Delicious. Hey, I'd recommend the peppermints. The peppermints are actually much better than the pasta. It made my stomach stop hurting a bunch.
Don't these normally get rid of bad taste? Like
Yeah.
at restaurants and okay. And he'll just pop it in his mouth.
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, Sherbs.
As a 56.
Azuri's gonna do the same. Just eat the peppermint.
A 30.
30?
Hermes will follow suit.
Okay.
31!
Not yet.
31?
I'll take mine and flick it up into the air with my claw and then catch it in my mouth.
That's a 3.
Surreal will raise an eyebrow and take one.
28.
Yeah, that's bad. That's a 28.
The party's gonna fucking die.
Sherbs, it tastes like water. Ermis, Azur, and Surreal, you guys will be taking 10, 9, and 8 damage respectively. It tastes like the moment that you put it in your mouth, it dissipated into noxious gas.
Gabe, what did you do to peppermints? Peppermints are usually good.
Why did not put these ones on there?
Sombers, I'm going to have you roll a d8 for a really, really bad reason.
I rolled an 8.
No, you got the best option, which is seizures. The next time you would gain the effects of arrest, instead, you don't. Sombers begins to lock up for a second. A light tremor that, like, goes throughout Somber's body. And Ceridian elbows Sombers for a second and then looks over and goes, Sombers? Sombers, sweetie, you good? Hold on, tell me you're faking. Tell me you're faking. And Sombers, your eyes begin to roll back for a second, then you finally come to.
What happened? What's wrong? Ceridian, what's wrong?
I think what's wrong is that you're not in bed yet.
I'm fine. I think. I don't know. That I didn't like that. I got
Nope.
shaky.
That's actually the problem, funny enough, is that I didn't like that either. So it's time for bed.
I think we need to figure out
You're-
who put these in our food because I'm getting the impression now that they're trying to kill us.
Ezra is gonna look through their pockets and pull out a paper bag and eat what's inside it. Ezra is gonna offer the rest of the pastry to Maki. Here.
Immediately, he's like, "Oh, thank God, something with flavor, sweets," and just bury it in his face.
I would like to try and find Atra if at all possible.
Where do you check?
I would assume her office.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly where she is.
Is there anyone here who like has or makes peppermints?
Atra gives you the most exhausted glare. What do you mean?
I mean, we found peppermints in our food and they almost killed my friend.
Did you see a clown by chance?
No.
When you do, because you will, let me know. They're not trying to kill you. They're just stupid. Really stupid.
I would like to shake this clown's hand. I mean, like, the peppermint for me was very tasty. It was bland, just like the food back home.
I'm sure you two would get along. That's not a compliment.
But, oh, Surreal, would it make you feel better if one of us fought him in the ring?
That would actually make me feel better. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Gable turned to Adra. Val, what do you think? Do you think that would be something he would agree to?
If I'm lucky, they won't heal him. That was a joke. That sounds wonderful.
As long as he's punished in some way, that's all that matters to me. Alright, if that's it, then I will leave you to your paperwork.
Are you guys heading to bed?
I would like to head outside to the cart before bed, actually.
Okay.
If Ermis sees Maki walking that way towards the cart, he will follow.
And with that, the echoey voice
What?
enters your head as the Oxtis is packing up. Oh! And then they throw the cart back open and they drop the shelf. They said, "Are you looking for something?"
What do you have to offer?
Oh, all of the amazing wares from the reef. You yourself seem like one accustomed to the regal underwater city. No?
Maki's gonna squint for a moment. He's like, "Which reef?"
The Reef of Chimeros, the High Reef Expanse. And they pull out a map and show you.
He's gonna just
Huh.
point over at Ermis. Is like, "This guy here is in the market for a bag."
Ruffles through their cart, looks in for a little bit, and pulls out this backpack of some variety. It seems very ornate. It smells like it consumes mana in some way, so it's probably magical. 300.
They're saying 300 for this bag.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have that much.
Not a lot of us have a lot of money.
They throw the bag back into the caravan, seemingly much less joyous at the conversation suddenly.
How much space could I get with one of your items for 100 silver pieces?
Maybe a few claymores worth?
What about
Say-
150?
I think no more than 2.5 claymores.
I'll take what I can get for now.
Pulls the bag out. It's kind of like a canvas sack, like jewel dust that like coats the outside layer. As you open up your canvas glitter dusted bag, you realize you have no idea how to make use of it. This has tricky in a form that you unfortunately cannot access. Would any of you else like anything?
You said you have
Well-
stuff to help people, right? I'm kind of interested in that.
You said you were regal. Do you have a lot of money?
I wish. I got scammed by sending a letter.
They pull out these little paper wrapped small like cubes from what you can tell. I have remedies, healing remedies. You feed them to people and then the surface level wounds will heal up.
How much?
100 for 2.
I'll take it.
All right. And they throw both cubes at you. Please make an agility test for me, Azor.
Fuck. 17.
17? That succeeds. And it becomes immediately apparent that these things are ridiculously heavy. It feels like you just got handed 20-pound dumbbells each. You spread your feet apart and then open your hands and watch they go and dig like a foot into the ground.
What are those? What are they made of?
Healing supplements? I don't know. I didn't make them. Well, if that's all, it's my time. And they hop on the cart, close it up, bolt everything back up, jump on the lizard, and begin to ride away.
Should we give one of these to Sombers? They seemed out of sorts earlier.
Yeah, I'll give her this one. Azura is gonna give Sumbers the cube.
Sombers.
I like to call it a sugar cube.
You're cognate, however, you do have episodes every once in a while.
I'll take it. Oh,
You
what was this?
I bought it from the merchant outside. It's supposed to heal.
I'll take a bite out of it.
and due to its density, it takes a minute to ingest it.
It's like a chew toy.
But yeah, pretty much.
Wait. This is kind of stimulating. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm glad to know it doesn't taste bad.
It's one of those things that is like kind of bad but kind of good too, you know? Anyway.
After consuming it, you regain 8d12 SHP. Homebrew symbol up. This is not how this functions. But after consuming it, you're going to clear your sudden shock.
And I'm going to look for Gabe, actually. Oh, Gabe is having his meeting with Raku. I'll walk in partway through.
Hello, you must be the lovely person I've heard so much about. You're a crafter?
He looks around, then back at you, points at himself, and then when you say crafter, he nods.
I'm curious, if you were to inspect me and how I function, do you believe you could design some kind of items that would be relatively useful?
He looks at you, he gets in real close, and he starts sniffing you.
Oh, hello.
Nod. He holds one finger out, and Maru looks at him. You paying a day for this?
Yeah, I'll pay a day.
All right. And then Maru gives a nod, and Raku bolts off.
That one's
Gosh.
not very talkative, are they?
No, he can't talk at all.
Well, that's unfortunate. Perhaps I could fix that at some point.
Don't touch Raku.
Just saying, I'm a doctor.
So am I. I think I'm an actual doctor, though. And then she squints at you.
I'll walk over, kind of like just tossing the cube up in the air and catching it.
Oh, great. The table taker.
Do you think you could help me with something, though?
What do you require?
So I have something that, change of pace, something that I want to make. I just need to change some materials into other materials. Out of character, specifically, I need more extraordinary material components. About 7.
You can't depower material components, but you can just use higher rarity components than you need to.
You can craft extraordinary out of common.
I wanted to make a gift for Azur.
That's a pretty fair thing to ask.
Oh, there's
I
also one other thing that might seem pretty fun. He's going to take the chakram off of his back and hold it out. It's like, I think I've outgrown this as well.
Your chakram. Very interesting. Would you like me to deconstruct it?
You're free to, but it is very heavy. I can carry it for you wherever you need it to go, and you'll put it back on.
Oh, we could do it right now. Gabe pushes the button on his belt buckle. Shooting out of nothing, a small table extends and is attached to him at the waist.
When did you learn spells, Doc?
Oh, no, this is science.
Yeah, magic.
Push the chakram onto the table.
I feel like Surreal and Gabe just both cringe at the same time.
I will spend a minute to destroy the item to receive half of its components.
Which would be 1 in 1.
What kind of components are they?
Common.
Common?
We do have common Omni components. How would
Yes,
those work for crafting upward?
You could pick which one.
So you would
And
need
then-
6 common material to fill the gap.
All right, I think that we can do that then. Maki will look a little excited. Yes.
Okay, I'll let
You
you
were
make
gone for
one
like 5
engineering
seconds.
test for it.
Yeah, for engineering, I rolled a 22.
Cool. Yeah, you had to beat a 12.
Oh my
You
God.
succeed with all 3 of them.
I will just watch a little slack-jawed in awe as Gabe is just turning stuff into other stuff.
Yeah. I assume that you
before my eyes.
like chemically dissolve them and you throw some salts in and then you mix it up, you put it on a Bunsen burner that you just acquired just now, and then you pull it out and then you pour it back into these little like muffin tin type thing and you pull out 3 little ingots, boop, 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 and just set them gracefully on the table in front of you.
So, what does these do?
Yes, they would. I will owe you a small favor.
Hermes is going to wait for Maki and Gabe to come back to ask if they know how to use the bag.
Gabe, as you take this bag, you look at it and you kind of struggle to see the difficulty. Generally, when people use a bag, they put items inside it and then the bag holds it.
What do you need me to do with this bag?
Well, I was seeing if anybody knew how to use it because it was sold to me and I can't use it.
Oh, yes. Gabe opens it swiftly.
Irma, to you, Gabe managed to open pockets that you didn't even realize were pockets on this thing.
You need room for more stuff.
I could always use more room.
Just take it.
Okay. Thank you. I'll slip Hermes 150 silver.
Ooh!
That was nice of you. He wasn't asking for money.
Irma's coming up even. True neutral in Irma's fashion. I will come back just in time for curfew while I assume everyone is already sleeping.
Azura's probably brushing their hair. They have a lot of that.
I will plop down these garbs, like fur shoulder pads to them, onto the end of the bed. Got a present for you.
What is it?
Your usual garbs seem a little too restricting for you, so I got something comfy. As he takes his hands out, he's got a bunch of little poke holes in his fingers from trying to sew it together.
Azura's gonna grab the garbs. They are perfect.
And he will proceed to just like lay his head down at the on the end of the bed.
Alrighty, everybody. Since I do have everybody here, I do think it is fair enough to ask this question. Who wants a little bit of work done? I just want to see all of you succeed. Hello, Surreal.
Hi.
Shall we begin?
Yeah, get in here.
So, Rain, can I have you add to your sheet somewhere that you
Yes.
now have a permanent +2 to your psyched events?
Cool.
That's funny. Can everyone
I
please
will
make an
mark that
awareness test
down.
for me?
I got a 23.
I got a 14.
That would be a 19.
Luckily, as far as you can tell, it was a peaceful night. 5 damage to SHP, everybody. You wake up to a slight minty smell, as there's a peppermint at the foot of each of your cells.
I'm going to
Does that-
ignore the peppermint.
Does that mean there's 2 at Azura's door?
Yes.
Gabe will collect his peppermint, and then if he sees anybody else purposefully ignoring their peppermint, he will also collect them.
Okay, perfect.
I pocketed mine.
I'm ignoring it.
Gabe is going to take a moment to analyze one.
Go ahead and make an engineering test.
23.
God forbid whatever this thing is. You have no idea what it does. You have no idea what it means. And you have no idea how this thing could even exist. Please
Gabe
take
pops
1
into
damage
his
to
mouth.
SHP. And then roll a D100.
83.
You regain that 1 SHP back. As you do
Well,
that,
I don't
Asterion starts clambering through the halls, kind of barely squeezing in there. I promise you guys something. First of all, the rat wants to talk to the fish. That was a weird statement. But also, I wanted to offer to you guys that little training camp that I got.
I mean, I don't know about all these other people, but I definitely would take you up on that.
All right, well, see me to it if you're interested. And he just kind of waddles out.
Asura's gonna stay behind for a second to change into their new garments and to go look for Raku.
All right.
I will say Maki will pause for a moment. There will be a lot of steam, and then he will just start trying to catch up to the party.
Surreal, you feel a little finger on the shoulder.
Yeah, what? And I look.
Behind you is a wall.
Who? Who is doing this?
You okay, Surreal? It's been a while since you've had an episode there, buddy.
Someone keeps poking me.
You hear the voice. Oh. Oh.
I'll be back.
I'll just wave. Have fun.
And
Oh,
I'm
well,
gonna
Kitchen.
walk out.
There is a glowing path.
Look, whatever you are trying to do right now, I don't have the time for. And I will start walking, just angrily muttering to myself.
The illusion leads you to the garden around the other side, which is completely vacated, minus one singular person that you recognize quite well.
Why did you lead me around this way? This was the long way to go. Oh.
Why'd you keep going the wrong way?
I didn't go the wrong way. It's the way it told me to go.
Try harder next time. Alex Plot is sitting on a bench with nobody else around and seems to be just whittling down on a stick. To anybody else, it may look like just basic whittling, but you see that there is like little runic carvings. You can feel the reverberation of mana that Alex Plot is articulating as you're doing this. You haven't told anybody, have you?
Told anyone about what?
Figures. And then Alex Plot scooches over and pats the seat next to them.
I glance back and forth a few times between them and the seat and slowly walk over.
They pull out a small section of chains. It's a hand jewelry, right? But when you're holding it, it just looks like a series of chains. Knowing Alex Plot, which you do, this is going to be something quite elaborate. And even as they hold it out, it feels like it's vibrating. And slowly they hand it over to you. Happy birthday.
What?
Do you need me to repeat it, or?
No, I got it. I just... Really?
What do you mean?
I mean, I wouldn't consider it normal for an employer to travel across a continent to give their employee a birthday present.
Alex leans back. No. But I think you know me a little bit better than that at this point.
I don't think I know you all that well at all.
I think that you know me a little better than you'd like to admit.
I know someone who died many years ago. That's all. Look, you don't owe me anything.
Yes, and?
Whatever history that we might have shared was not between us.
No. It wasn't. And I think that's what bothers me, Surreal. As they speak, they throw out an illusion, which is kind of this glittering yellow and blue sparkles in the air that kind of create this like aura, almost as if like spraying out a mist and light shows going on within the mist. And you see this giant device, almost like a risen sphere that emanates tendrils in every direction, and an image of you, questionably, not necessarily you, and an image of Alex, but not the Alex that you're looking at. I've met more versions of you than you have. And I've met more versions of me than I really ever expected to. And somehow, you and I keep seeming to be the strongest link there. They lean back a little bit, and the seat creaks against them a little bit. It does seem absurd. Illogical, unreasonable, yet so persistent.
So you believe in fate now?
Try not to. I don't feel often. My luck weighs on me a bit. And they look up. Do you ever feel that, Surreal? Like you're a bit too lucky? Like it's not fair for you to be here today?
I don't think I would consider myself lucky.
We always did disagree on the most important parts. Every other version of me. I don't think it's fair that it's I to be so lucky. And I'm only one slice of me. Normally one to ponder out loud, but unfortunately, you generally seem to be the only person who can understand.
Why stay here?
I've always been here. I've been watching you. I'm sure you've gathered as much at this point.
What do you want with the Maelstrom?
I think the better question is going to be what you want with it.
You're the one that sent me here?
I never really expected this to happen. Which is, notably, not something I have to say very often.
Expected what to happen, Alex?
I assume you've received the memories from your previous timeline?
Yes.
You remember everything?
Believe so.
Do you remember why you killed me? Well, it seems that there's another, and they put two fingers up in quotations, me. But it's not me. It's someone new. There's a new carcass roaming around these parts. I presume something bad was going to happen. Couldn't shake the fact that you were the only person who was going to be the one to make it happen. And they shoot out this mist and lights begin to emanate again, and you see this huge storm amongst large sands. You can see the Terra through the hologram that they've produced, and this insanely raging magical storm above. It's a power like no other we've seen so far. And then they close their hand, the image disappears, and then a new image arises of a creature that you cannot describe. And yet, it's nothing in comparison to what's really going on.
I imagine you know what I'm going to say.
Enlighten me.
It has to be closed, or destroyed, or whatever needs to be done in order for no one to get their hands on it. The only reason I'm not there now is because I'm well aware I am too weak to deal with it in my current state.
Frankly, you can do whatever you want with it. This is more of your interest than mine. I don't care what you do with the Maelstrom.
Really? A power
just thought-
source? Like that? You have no interest in it.
They look over with just the side of their eye and they smile at you. I did at one point. But somehow I got lucky enough to learn from my mistakes. Do you consider yourself so lucky, Surreal?
Been trying to figure that out. It's a lot to try and learn from in about a week.
You've done worse, as I'm sure you can recall. And for just a mere moment, you swear there's a smile breaking loose.
You don't need to follow me around.
No, but I want to. And you're not gonna stop me. Well, the native version of you in this timeline made quite a name for himself.
Interested to see where he went wrong.
I'm sure he would say the same thing about you. Above the table, for a moment, Rain, if I may interrupt. What are your thoughts on the subject right now?
Surreal is very conflicted, and generally, when Surreal is conflicted and starts to realize that there is something he actually cares about, he will do everything in his power to stop caring about it. Mainly, Surreal is trying to put a blockade between the emotions that he has experienced for Alex previously compared to what's happening now, and he's trying to mentally separate them as much as physically possible.
After a brief and awkward silence, Alex will get up and just begin to walk away into the garden. You know, if you ever need me, you don't have to call.
I'm so glad. I'm going to go train.
Alex stops for a moment, and you can see a moment of hesitation, which is really odd. All of the time that you've known Alex, both the one native to your timeline and the one that you're looking at right now, you don't know if you've ever seen them waver unless something so grave was on the line. And for a moment they do. And they stop. And they turn around, almost as if second-guessing themselves. They walk up, and with two nervous hands, shaking, they pick up your hand, and they put the chain lace on it for you. Be nice to your friends, Surreal.
What friends?
You'll understand soon. And with that, Alex turns around and dissipates into a cloud of smoke.
Surreal stands there for a while and kind of starts toying with the chain, half taking it off and then putting it back on. And then he takes it off and he puts it in his pocket.
As you fiddle with it, you can tell just how well somebody had to know you to make this item. Spells have signatures, and so do runes, and generically, there's a handwriting that people have when it comes to modifying magic or working with magic items. And you can tell how much this was meant for you, how specifically tailored this was to you, and how much care and attention it must have required in such a way that nobody else could ever understand, not only due to just the sheer skill and precision, but how well adapted it is to you as a person.
He finally settles with it on his hand. For the time being, he tells himself, just to see what it's capable of. And he takes a deep breath, and he walks back to the party.
A new one. We feel you. This chain on your hand and the veil begin to interact with each other a little bit. That voice in your head can tell it's there. And for a moment, as you hear these things speaking in your head, trying to tell you something, you feel a sense of quiet. As if whatever you just put on is stifling it for you.
He's not sure whether to be grateful or offended.
While I have just you here, Chad, I just want you to know that the reason, and Rain, when you see this edit, I apologize. The reason that I was interested in talking to Surreal above the table was because Alex Plot was reading his mind. And Surreal didn't know that.
I was gonna go talk to Raku.
Raku's gonna hand you a little set of blueprints. Immediately, as you look at them, they look like chicken scratch. There's drawings and stuff like that, but he seems exceptionally excited. And he wants to show you, and he's like poking it super fast, and then he throws it up at you, like kind of like shoving it in your face a little bit. And at the bottom, you can see the component cost for this blueprint that he's offering. 6 material, 2 refinement, 2 power. All rare.
Huh. Okay, let me write that down. What is this for, buddy?
So he just points and then looks up, and then points again and then looks up, and then points again and then looks up.
Ezra is gonna squint and try to make out the drawing.
Go ahead and make an engineering test for me. Or a language test, if you wish.
16.
7 damage directly to SHP.
Is this a weapon? They're gonna ask Raku.
They lift it up a little bit, and they pull their snoot down so they can stick their snoot and their forehead on it. And instead of looking back and forth with their eyes, they rub the blueprint against their face. as if scanning it. And then he puts it back down, and he goes, eh.
Ezra is more confused.
He'll
At the-
point to
at
the
the
components.
Yeah, I was able to make that out.
And he's
You
going to
want
nod
me
at you,
get you those?
and then he's going to nod
want me
furiously, and then scamper off.
Well, that was something.
Asterion comes up, wipes off his snoot, and goes, all right. Who wants to get beat up first? And Maru, like, peeks through the doorway and looks out and goes, oh, you guys, oh. Asterion, can I watch? And Asterion looks over, gives a little wink and a nod, and then looks back at you guys. 2 days minimum. You need to pay for both days worth of days. And I'm charging you 12 for the lots of you, which is a discount, may I say. That'll be 24 total, right? Yeah, 24.
I think we can do that.
I don't know how you managed 24 days. You've been here for like 2 days.
We killed someone. And I, like, blankly smile at him.
Wait, are you
I'm
the
gonna
ones who
look
killed
back-
that guy that we found in the mines?
What?
Wait, someone actually died?
It was a bad joke.
What you guys are being offered right now is a number of levels. However, there's a catch. We're not going to go through mechanical fights. We're just going to walk through it. All you have to do is tell me your response. This is over the course of 2 days. At the end of this, once you guys are all done, you guys will get some number of levels. However, I get to tell you what talents you take with the levels I give you, barring some, based on your training.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Styrion cracks his neck. Somebody step up.
Sombers immediately steps forward.
Oh, you're quick. All right, I like that. With that, he takes his shield and his battle axe, he unsheaths both of them, and then throws them on the ground.
Sombers
gonna-
will respond by throwing her scythe to the side.
I'm gonna make this real easy. Hit me.
All right, she runs up, jumps using her wings to propel her, and using that momentum will strike down with her fist.
You get a decent amount of purchase on him, and he doesn't seem to react all that hard. You fly down at him with all of your body weight and go boom, and you feel all 4 of your knuckles reach into like his upper pectoral, and you watch as his shoulder cocks back a little bit, and then he just kind of, as you fall back to the ground, looks over you. And he goes, ready?
And I nod.
He punches you right between the ribs, and he sends you flying.
I will try to use my wings to balance myself as I'm sliding backwards, dragging my claws on my feet into the dirt to try and halt.
Well done. There's one simple note to take care of here. Positioning. When it comes to how you are positioned, you don't want to be that close to me. You got, like, sneezy breath or something, don't you?
Yeah,
Here.
you could call it that.
You can hit me from here, can't you?
Yeah, if I scream at you.
Go for it.
And she will open her jaw and use her breath weapon at him.
Immediately, this fog rolls out. He goes, oh, God. Oh, go back to punching me. Jesus Christ. Oh, I hate that. As a melee combatant, it's going to be my goal to change your position. And he pulls up his shield, puts it on his forearm, points it at you, and goes, and the center of the shield reels out, wraps around you, and he reels you in up close. And he kind of lords over you a little bit, and he goes, this is where I want you to be. And you don't want to be here in front of me.
She headbutts him.
You kind of hit him in the snoot, and he reels back a little bit. Moment of silence. Boom, as he headbutts you back. As he hits you, you fly back a little bit. The chains off of the shield just completely releases you. Never underestimate the horns.
You acting like I ain't got him too.
Now watch this. And he picks up the battle axe, and he puts it up in his hand, and he throws it at you.
I will try to flick myself out of the way.
So you manage to get out of the way. You feel the hilt clip your wing a little bit, and it hurts. But ultimately, you watch as this axe goes into a tree, and the tree falls over. My biggest downside is positioning. It's gonna be hard for me to get close to you if I can't get close to you. So all my assets are about moving you around. So our goal is to make it so that you can't move. Make sense?
She sits there and thinks for a second. You can see the gears turning in her head, and she goes,
I don't think anybody else is gonna take a hit that you can. Looks over at the 5. Anybody want to correct me?
Oh, I think I can take a little bit of a hit.
He throws the battle axe at you.
I don't move.
All right. Oh wow, I didn't think I'd have to calculate this. Hold on, give me just a second.
uh-oh.
I can stop you there. Is it physical damage?
Nope. He throws the axe at you and you don't move. And you see this smug grin slowly begin to melt as the blade erupts into flames. I won't describe the scene. But Asterion looks at Maru and Maru goes, yeah.
Maru just pulls Gabe's pair of boots full of ash into the bushes, and Gabe walks out.
It's a very good thing I had that body double.
With that, for the next few hours, Sombers, Asterion is going to train you in kicking you really hard until you slowly begin to close the gap that you get moved. But there came a point, as you're getting pushed back, you're tumbling back, you've probably died several times at this point from just sheer blood loss. There came a point right after the moment as you had just gotten pushed back out of the bushes, you walk in, you stand up tall, put your chin up, and Asterion cocks back and smacks you with the butt of his head. And everyone watches as all of the leaves pull back for a second. They all whoosh away. And Sombers has not moved an inch.
I will grab him by the horns, push his head down as my knee comes up to connect to his jaw.
Asterion's eyes widen for a moment as Sombers gives a little bit of a smile, shows one red tooth, grabs Asterion by the horns, and connects his nose straight to her knee. And Asterion flies back with blood spewing up in an arc.
I'm just smiling, and I look at Asterion and I go, I got ya.
After this, Sombers, you're going to be taking 2 stacks of Heavy. Heavy is an ability from the study of resilience that says if you would be forcefully pushed, you are pushed 5 meters less, minimum of 0. And Asterion cracks his knuckles, has Maru walks up to him, and he goes, I'm fine. Okay, maybe one little one right here. And she like pulls out like a little bit of this little pad on powder, and she goes, bop, 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 and he goes, thank you. All right, who's next?
I really want to try this.
If I know anything about you, you got a keen eye, don't you?
He's gonna kind of like dap himself on the nose. Snoot, smell. Yeah.
Makes sense. 1 free hit each. Tradition.
Gets a running start, kind of ducks down onto all fours for a moment. He'll do like a little bit of a handspring and just go to flip and smack him on the top of the head with his tail.
You can see that his eyes were watching you, and he was ready, and when you spun around, he kind of goes, huh? And then, oh! Alright, no, that was a good one. I wasn't expecting that. Good job.
Maki will just like hit the ground, stand up, and just open his arms.
He's gonna walk back a little bit, and then he's gonna run his hoof through the ground a few times, and he's gonna charge in at you.
Right before impact, I would like to just kind of jump to go with the flow.
So you kind of jump back a little bit, and this thing catches you right up in between the ribs, and the other horn kind of like lower thigh as he's kind of crooked-headed, and he bats you back. Your body smacks into a tree. Boom. He looks back up, and he goes, perfect. Well done. Hopefully I've taken a few of your senses out now. Senses don't work as well when we're a little bit hurt. I know a lot of people are trained like that, and I bet you are too.
Yeah, my ears are ringing a little bit.
I think we work on our strengths, so if you're good at catching people, where's Maru?
I will, I guess, scan the area.
You don't see a thing.
No, hang on. And I'm going to just, like, dive back to where Gabe was and look for footprints.
Please tell me all of the things that you have that allow you to prevent being surprised or to become aware of things.
I have Ready, Hidden Cognition, Survivor,
as a satyr, Maru also has hooves. So you find some hoof tracks. They're pretty obvious. You see the line where she started taking Gabe back the first time, and you also see the trail of blood that Gabe didn't leave, obviously. And before anything happens, you feel someone grab the back of your cloak. And she pops up behind you, and she goes, right here, sweetie.
Oh.
And she crouches down a little bit, and she's like, if you really want to know where someone is, and she pokes you in the chest, and she's like, you need to hear their heartbeat. She goes, one of you turns invisible at least, right?
Yes.
Could you do that for me real quick?
Done.
And she puts her hands over her eyes. Walk around for me, wherever you want to go.
Right about now.
And for a moment, Maru is confused, and she's thinking about it, and then she points. And then she ushers Maki over. You hear that?
The water?
That's one thing. Good observation, but we're not what we're looking for right now. Put your hands on the ground.
I will do that. Along with my ear.
It takes a little bit of time. At first, it's like nothing's happening. Like you can't tell anything. But then she begins to knock, and it goes dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum. And as the rhythm begins to build up in your head, from her knocking, you hear it. Almost to the point where after a few dum dum, dum dum, you don't even realize that she stopped at this point because you can tell. And you're beginning to build up this recognition. Like you can almost see a little bit of the world around you without actually seeing it. It's almost as if you close your eyes and everything is outlined in vibrant colors. And for just a moment, you can see Hermes.
I will dive into the water and circle around for a moment before flipping the lily pad.
And Hermes, the lily pad flips right over your head.
Cool.
Next time you're gonna need to work on that whole heartbeat situation. That's a liability.
Before ending this, I will say that there will be a dive up out of the water at full speed for one more tail flick on Asterion. One more for the road!
Asterion's talking to Maru, and he's like, I love when you... Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, no, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was a good one. Maki, by the end of this, you will be receiving Sixth Sense. It is in the study of survival, and it states that you can spend one turn action to be innately aware of all creatures within 5 meters of you. Give me another. Any fresh blood?
Azura's gonna step forward.
I haven't seen you fight much. I saw you fight the one time. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't see like one of them fighting types.
I used to be, a long time ago.
I think that you work in a bit of a style that I'm not used to. If I had to take my best guess at it, you two, and he points at Azor and Hermes, you two are going in first. Under the radar, one of you sweet talks, one of you nobody knows is there. It's kind of the concept.
Good guess.
I'm gonna have you hold back. I'm gonna see what you catch.
Okay.
I'll talk to you at the end of this. Give me another.
Well, since I've been using this as an example twice now, I guess I'll go.
You know, I have a real big confession to make. I love making elf paste. Does nobody here hate elves? Fuck me.
Maki will slowly raise his hand. Just not that one.
I got my own shit with them, but this one's fine.
He'll bear a little bit of teeth, and he'll go, all right. One free hit each.
He's gonna immediately poof behind you with a knife swinging at your neck.
Like, his eyes widen. You can see his pupils dilate for a moment as this X of blood is drawn in his chest. And he, like, goes down to a knee for a second, catches his breath. My turn?
He poofs in front. Well, I guess so.
You watch as he closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and then his eyes bulge open, stark red, and he blasts into you faster than he's hit anybody else here so far, and you feel at least 6 ribs crack and your collarbone break.
I'm gonna do my best to not show that. It hurts. A lot.
Go ahead and make a resolve test for me.
That's a 15 total.
So you kind of get up, You can feel the bruising. You put like a hand on your chest for a second. It hurts so fucking bad. And then Asterion closes his eyes, shakes his head, and he goes, "Whew. Oh, man, I needed that. Thank you."
Yeah, no problem.
You're a stealthy type, right? I'm not really a big fan of stealth. I'm going to be honest with you, but I do very much believe in working with your strengths. And what you just had there on me, pretty much all you need. If I wasn't me, in fact, I'd probably be dead. Or if your weird fluid stuff that Raku made you was potent, I don't know, what'd you do with it?
You weren't the selected target.
I hate to say this. I really do. I want you to know just how much I despise saying this. But I think I just need you to sneak up on me a few times.
I'm gonna do it again.
And as you do this, relatively repeatedly, Asterion takes this time to try to figure out what your patterns are. And after a few attempts, after probably about 3 or 4 attempts of just going back and forth with this, of you trying to get a stab in on him, rather than figuring out where you are by checking his surroundings, he tries to figure out where you are through patterns. And back and forth over and over and over again, he begins to get a catch on you every once in a while. And slowly, through little bits of intuition that you're able to compile over the next few hours of just hoofing in back and forth here and there. And with what he is garnering, like, you're basically fighting his intuition with your intuition on where to disappear. And you create this dynamic, fluid set of motions to make. Basically, the number of ways that you can thwart somebody who is unaware of you has built up to a great amount in your mind. I'm gonna give you 1 full attempt of a genuine attack off. How would you like to do it?
I will not poof directly behind him. I will be upside down on a branch right behind his neck.
So he's watching around this direction, as probably 2 or 3 attempts ago, you took an onward path from him, and this seems to be where he's predicting from.
And I will go for a coup de grace.
All right, so you slam down, both swords down, and they both go straight through, so right in between his shoulder blades. They're just barely long enough to make it all the way through below both of his pectorals, a little bit off center from each other. And he goes, "Oh, fuck." It doesn't seem to kill him, but he's coughing up blood, and this is probably the worst condition in a single hit you've ever seen Asterion in. And with 2 feet, you push your feet off of his shoulder blades, plunge these swords back out of him, and backflip, sheath the blades back in. I haven't felt my kidney that well in a minute. Fuck. After this, Hermes, you will have Assassination. Assassination is in the study of stalking.
When you make an attack against a creature that can't sense you, if the attack reduces its HP or its DHP to 0, you gain a number of turn actions or interrupt actions equal to half the number of actions required for the attack, rounded up.
I haven't seen you that got in a minute. And he goes, I haven't seen me that got in a minute either. And then he pats his chest. If this thing would have popped, dude, Phyrellin would have been pissed. Or rather, I would have been pissed because I'm not getting another fucking tongue in my chest. God, I hate this thing so much. All right, who's next?
Walk forward.
Still smirking at Hermes because I can see he's smiling too.
I'm going to notice and immediately stop smiling.
And he looks up and he sees Surreal and he goes, oh, fuck yeah. 3 hit each?
I'll raise my hand up and summon this long sword made of sparkling ice, use my wings to fly forward at him and slash in an arc.
And as that happens, you fly in with this slash, and he bats the blade down, and he pushes you to the ground, and he goes, nope. No magic.
You said a free hit.
Yeah. And I didn't say no whizzle-wazzles. Did you hear
Aren't
whizzle-wazzle from
you
my
the
mouth?
one that said play to your strengths?
Yeah. Unless it's magic. Magic's not a strength. Magic's a cheat code.
Oh,
You had no idea what it took to get me this far.
Nope, I don't. And I don't need to, because it ain't gonna get you any further.
I summon a pillar of ice underneath him and try to bring it up through him.
And then you see as it like scrapes up the side of his body, like kind of underneath his armpit, moves to the side, and then he kicks it over. Didn't we just talk about this? You got brain damage?
I've had a lot meaner people than you try to convince me to stop using magic, and they did not succeed.
And as you say that, in the blink of an eye, You watch as Asterion dashes in towards you, dust flying up behind him, and he's down, like he's crouched down, eyes a few inches from yours, and he says, "You want me to be mean?"
Be as mean as you want to be.
He throws his axe into the ground. He throws his shield into the ground so hard that it buries itself halfway through. Hit me.
I summon an ice crystal above his head and try to spear it through his chest.
He grabs it, and then he chucks it back at you. And it slices through, just a little bit of blood across the side. Try again.
I'll summon a little, like, thrown dagger. Just start chucking a couple of them.
And he starts trudging towards you as you're flinging these daggers at you. And one of the points when you fling one of the daggers out, he grabs your wrist and he holds you up. And he says, "Hit me. For real."
What's the difference between a magically summoned weapon and your axe?
And he begins to crush your wrist a little bit. Humility.
Give me something. I don't have a weapon of my own.
He walks over, he reaches over, grabs the battle axe out of the ground, and he hands it to you.
I'll take it and I'll swing it at him, and right as it's about to hit him, I'll imbue it.
You can see that he's looking at it, a little bit of a relaxed exhale as the axe is flying in at him. And then you watch as these crystals begin to build up off of the hilt, off of the sides, off the blades. And suddenly this entire trail, this arc freezes behind it and it slices into him. And you watch as blood begins to spew as the wound cauterizes itself while also building these blue ice crystals all across his body. And he goes, "Motherfucker, I gave you one goddamn chance." And then he throws you to the ground and he shoves his hoof straight through your stomach. Like blood everywhere. And putting his weight down on your stomach, he leans in and he says, "Hit me."
I'm going to summon a pillar of ice underneath the ground, underneath me, and pierce it through my own body to hit the bottom of his hoof to try and get him to stand up off of me.
The ground begins to rumble for a second. These crystals are popping up here, just all dotted around. As you watch this spire goes up through Surreal, straight through his hoof, as Asterion backpedals just a little bit, enough to pull you back down. And there's blood dripping all over. There's blood from every orifice of your body right now. And Asterion is looking at you like, "My fucking turn." And he runs up to you and he grabs you by the shirt collar. And with his other hand, he picks it up and he punches you in the face. And then he punches you again and again, and he just shatters the shield. The ice fractures and cracks all around you as just hit after hit just keeps landing straight to the nose, straight to the eye. Your face is covered in blood before he finally just slams you into the ground. And the life leaves your eyes for only a moment before you get a greater intervention procs. God, I just can't fucking handle you. Why? Why do you need to resort to this? Just fucking listen.
What authority do you have over me for me to listen to you?
I'm here for you. I'm doing you a favor here.
I'm the one paying you, am I not? Train me in what I want to be trained in.
Sure. Let's just fight then. Let's fight. You want to learn how to fight? Let's fight. Use your stupid magic. Use whatever the fuck you want. And I'll get to use whatever I want. Is that what you want?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna take a second, and I'm gonna pseudo slumber.
Maru goes up to you and then watches it happen and then curls her hands back and goes, "All right." And he grabs his battle axe on the way. He grabs his shield. And he turns around. "I'll give you the first hit."
Surreal stands up and takes a deep breath, summons the sword again, and very slowly and calmly walks up to Asterion, just staring at his eyes the entire time, and takes the sword and just slices it up through his chest.
So you manage to stab it lower midsection and just carve up. Unfortunately, the tip of the blade isn't quite yet to get enough purchase. This dude has thick fucking skin. It gets caught on the belt sash, and it just doesn't manage to make it. And immediately, he just headbutts you, and you fly back.
I try to catch myself using my wings, and then I'll stay in the air and start shooting magic down at him.
As that happens, he pulls up the shield, and as each one flies, you see that he kind of tilts it back and forth. Up, down, left, right, and he starts pinging them back at you. And a few of them catch into your shoulders, into your sides. Your tricks are ridiculous, and you're fucking useless, Surreal.
You have no fucking idea what I am capable of.
The moment that you say that, you watch as his eyes light up red, and fumes begin to spew out from his eyes and his nostrils, and even the tips, the corners of his lips. And he says, "Show me, Surreal!" And he throws his battle axe at you. And this thing spins. Everybody watches as this thing spins and slices across Surreal's chest and tips one of your wings off. And basically, half of your wing falls to the ground. There's blood spewing everywhere. It's a reddish silver. And you plummet. You are in more pain than you've ever been in. You are exhausted. You have barely any DHP right now. You are bleeding everywhere. You are on the last little bit of lifespan that you have as you watch as the axe just flies out into nothing.
I'll just burst up these pillars of ice all around him, essentially trying to attempt a telekinetic halt.
You see as the things sprout out and like cover him. Some of them go through his shoulder, some of them just go around him, but he kind of stutters for a second. He looks up at you, just red beaming from him. The smoke is still pouring out of him, and he just raises his eyebrows at you, and you can tell he's prepping. He gets in for a pounce, and you see one moment of opportunity.
In trying to output as much damage as physically possible, I'm going to take my hands and hold them up to my chest and draw all of the remaining energy I have left in me. And staring at him, I'm going to release my full spell cap into instant chaotic.
So Surreal gets up, just blood dripping everywhere. There's barely anything left inside him. You can tell from his eyes, the fatigue. As he puts up his hands, you see his fingers are twisted backwards. Everything on him is broken. Everything except for the glare in his eyes. And with a scarily calm expression, his hands rub together as he builds up this ball of energy that swirls in colors that you've never seen come from Surreal. And you watch as he builds it and builds it and builds it, and his arms are shaking, his body is shaking, and in one flash of white light, you watch as he claps it together, and this beam fires out in this twist of fire and ice and electricity, things that you've never seen Surreal touch even once, as it bores through Asterion. And everyone stops for a moment. Surreal buckles to a knee as there's just smoke and fire. This trail where that beam came out, the plants and the trees are destroyed. Everything behind Asterion is destroyed. And Asterion looks down as the ice cage that he's in slowly begins to melt down and recede back into the earth. He looks at the hole in his chest and he puts his hand on it. And then he picks up his shield. One shot too many. And he throws his shield at you. And you watch as Surreal gets pinned to a rock. And blood begins to spew out. And in that moment, as all of the white slowly begins to fade back into the blurry image that you can barely see, the life begins to fade from your eyes. And everything goes black. And Asterion takes a bated breath. Come on. All of the red mist is beginning to dissipate and go away. As you can see, Asterion's normal eyes as he punches the ground one time. Come on. And Surreal dies. But in that moment, Surreal, you're going to be taking the entire Zealot hardline. Wake up. You get another hit.
His eyes flicker back open, and he sees the shield that is pinning him to the rock. And he pulls it out, imbues it, and throws it at Asterion.
There's nothing holding you together. You should not be alive right now. These crystalline ice structures begin to put his body back together. They complete the muscle strands that are missing right now as he rips this shield out from his stomach and throws it. As shards of ice are flying out, you guys have to duck down to prevent these ice shards that are going everywhere as the shield flies straight through Asterion. And you watch as Asterion slides off into 2. And for just a moment, there's a little smirk on Asterion's face. And Surreal gets a moment to catch your breath before falling over, dead. And calm, Maru doesn't seem to take note, but she is utterly surprised. She's not worried. And she looks over at Asterion with one wide up eyebrow as the eye in Asterion's chest raises out, begins to shimmer and stutter, and these disgusting brownish red tendrils begin to grab each other from all the sides of his body and slowly pull his body back together. As this eye in his chest opens, freaks out, begins to shudder and blink until finally pulling out before it evaporates up into nothing. And Asterion gasps for air and he goes, "Oh, fuck! Oh, I hate that thing so much. I'm gonna have to get another one now." And Maru's like big eyes, like hesitantly walks up to Surreal and begins saving his life. Surreal was in negative DHP, and using the Zealot Hardline, the final ability of the Zealot Hardline, no less, was able to continue through raging to stay alive while in stasis and continue combat.
After the entire thing, Maki is going to stand up and just like one arm up, kind of, and the other one just pounding on his chest like a Spartan, just
Asterion's gonna weakly pound on his chest a little bit. And the next hour is gonna go by while Maru attempts to resurrect Surreal.
Well, that was interesting.
That was intense, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Dude does not give up.
Never seen a dead man fight before.
Me neither.
I would like to bring Surreal's wing back over for the healing process and sit down next to them.
She gives you kind of like a thanks, as she puts it up to his wing, and she kind of like tries to like stitch it together. It's just like still like dumbfounded by what just happened. And 1 hour passes, and Surreal, you are alive. Not by much, but you're alive.
Good fight.
Asterion walks up, crouches down, and offers a handout. I agree.
I take his hand.
He picks you up, and he kind of lifts you up hard enough that you kind of like your feet lift off the ground for a little bit. You have a scar going across your entire wing now.
Hermes is going to walk up holding both of his daggers that he no longer uses and hand them both to Surreal. You're really good with magic, but it's always good to have a backup plan.
Thank you. I'll imbue your weapons as a repayment whenever you need.
I'll let you know if I need it.
Move my way out of the fighting area.
Doctor, I got something real special for you.
Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, how shall we start?
3 hit each. Go easy on me, though.
I will load a potion into my gun.
Go ahead and roll. D100, please.
1 minute of sensory overwrite. A little guy in your mind starts giving you advice. It's actively malicious advice.
This potion splashes on him and goes like he kind of like touches himself and he goes, "Did that do something? What am I supposed to be feeling
Tax
something?"
evasion.
What?
Commit tax evasion.
Mara, do we do taxes? Do we? Never mind. Doesn't matter. What were we talking about again?
Well, it appears my one shot I had at you wasn't a very good one.
Do you think that pawn tastes bad? Because I imagine it would taste good, personally. Do I? I'm confused.
Oh no.
I think you should hit me with another one of those, actually.
All right, the first one I hit him with gives him the effect of a rest. The second one, he loses 10d4 stamina.
As this guy is like kind of like babbling around, like trying to figure out what's going on, you hit him with another potion. He goes, "Oh my god, I haven't felt this good in another potion. I really would love to go to bed right now." And there's this awkward circumstance that you reach where Asterion, just bumbling around like kind of confused, almost tramples over you by accident a few times.
I'll dodge and weave a little bit, kind of
Okay.
trying to not be stepped on.
There's a few times where he like goes in to hug you.
Sir, do I hit you with more?
No. I think we're just friends. At least that's what I hear in my head.
I'm going to put my gun to his chest and shoot him directly up in the air.
And then Asterion, still holding his position like he doesn't change his stature at all, flies off into the air doing backflips, and he goes, "Oh no," and then just flies off.
He has gone 20 meters up in the air before I release him, and he is released going 21 meters a second, going straight up.
You watch as Asterion flies away for a second, and Maru just looks up and goes, "Oh my god," and watches as he plummets back down, head first, and sticks pin straight as a plank, horns in the ground, before just slowly crumpling over to his side. I think I'm ready to go home. Ugh. Remind me not to die again, Maru. This shit sucks.
Gabe's gonna be slowly walking back. Oh, are you okay?
Huh? Yeah, why wouldn't I be? What do you mean?
Oh, good.
Your training has gotten you Poised Paranoia. Poised Paranoia, from the study of judgment, is a high-tier stackable that says the maximum range increases by 2 meters, so it's 2 meters now. Whenever a creature moves 1 meter or more within the maximum range of this feature, you may spend 8 stamina. If you do, you gain an additional interrupt action for the rest of the turn. Do it up to once per turn. And with that, Maru kind of pats Asterion's back and begins to lead him home. And she's like, "You guys did something. You did great. Or you did, I don't know." But before she goes, she stops by Azor. This entire time, Maru has been sending you very, very private hand signals to a point where she has managed to communicate with you and kind of walk you through a lot of what was going on kind of an emotional level, right? She's been showing you how she reads the emotions of the camp. She walked you through how she, quote unquote, tames Asterion, for lack of a better term. And with that, Azor, you're going to gain 2 stacks of empathetic from the study of Decipher. And as she lets Asterion go a little bit ahead of her, she turns around, takes a step back, and looks at every one of you. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but you guys really have something special together. Y'all's don't fit. If y'all's were a puzzle, you'd be the jankiest goddamn puzzle I'd ever goddamn seen. But after today, I don't think I could ever see you apart. Keep it tight. And she walks away.
I will give one quick moment where Maki is checking Surreal's wing to make sure, one, it's attached properly, and to check the scar.
He looks good. It looks healthy. It's a little bit tender to the touch, Surreal, but kind of in the way that a scar is completely numb. The nerves are kind of fucked in that wing. But Maki, if you pull the feathers apart, you can see the scar, but it looks like it's almost as if it's been healing for a couple of years now. That's kind of where the point of where the scar is at. But you can brush the feathers over it and it disappears.
For Surreal's sake, he will get a very light punch to the gut. Don't worry me like that again.
You worry about me?
I've been through it, and stubbornness is not always the answer, buddy.
Yeah.
And
I know.
he will give like a little huff with the fire from his nostrils again.
Good job on the magic, by the way.
I'm getting used to it. Though, that's about what I can manage.
If you want to learn a thing or two, I'll be around, although I don't know if I can help you much with the fire.
You know what? I would love some magic lessons.
Next time we travel.
Sounds like fun. And he's gonna like raise his leg up like he's going to go and step away.
Azura's gonna walk next to Maki and be like, into Broughton. You haven't forgotten our lessons, right?
Shit.
I hope that ain't some kind of euphemism, Somber says at them.
No, I'm still trying to teach this guy how to read, remember?
Well, if we're done with this for today, I'd like to go look for components.
As you say that, you hear a little skitter, followed by a sudden and surprisingly fast Raku appearing right here in front of you, Azor, and looking at you with big, big eyes. And Maru coming swiftly up behind, kind of like stumbling, trying to catch up. She goes, Raku, I told you you can't go. You gotta stay nearby, bud. You can't be doing this.
Oh, hi there, buddy. If you want to show me something, we can do it when we go back. Okay?
He nods furiously and then starts scampering.
Alright, Maki, I think you're safe for a few minutes from your reading lessons.
And then he just like sprints off.
As we're kind of walking back, Surreal is just like staring at the ground and staring at his hand, and when they get like 10 minutes out of the camp, he kind of just stops.
Sombers will stop and glance back at him. Hey,
I
are you feeling alright?
don't want to be in the prison right now.
Do you want to go to Ceridian's? You've been there once.
Please.
I'll show you where it is. Just, follow me and don't make a big deal out of it, please.
Of course.
I will see you guys another time. As for you four, you come back, meeting yourselves, surprisingly alone, with not the rest of your party, but assuming that they're okay, well, you make your way to the very entrance, with two beating eyes looking at you with a big smile. And you hear the squeak of plastic shrinking in on itself as a giant mallet hits the ground. And a clown in white and black makeup flicks a peppermint and says, I think someone's looking for a fight! Humanoid clown creature will look Gabe dead in the eyes. Well, don't you look familiar? For posterity's sake. You do get an odd sense of familiarity, Dr. Gabe.
Friend, I could say the same about you.
And that'll be the end of today's session.